What's going on, guys? It's Jeff for Reef.com, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 saltwater fish beginners should avoid. What's going on, guys? It's Jeff, and today we're going to be talking about the top 10 saltwater fish that beginners should avoid. But before we jump into that, we need to do a little business. So if you guys remember last week, we talked about the Aquanite 30-watt LED nano reef tank light and how you guys could go about winning that. And at the end of this video, we are going to reveal the winner, and we're also going to talk about how you can win a Ecotech Marine Vectra S1. And if you haven't been here before, this is where I talk about everything saltwater tank related. So if you love saltwater tanks like I do, gently press that subscribe button in the face.
Alright guys, so we're over at our friend's website, saltwaterfish.com, and we're going to be talking about the top 10 saltwater fish beginners should avoid. And the interesting thing about this list is it's going to contain fish that I absolutely love. It's going to contain fish that I absolutely despise. And it's also going to have fish that I've kept and not been successful with, as well as fish that I have kept and been successful with. So let's jump right into it.
Coming in at number 10.
Coming in at number 10 is the CANARY BLENNY. Now this BLENNY is a semi-aggressive fish that needs about 30 gallons of tank. It is a absolute vibrant yellow fish. And I think that's what gets most people in trouble with this fish. It is a fish that I would consider moderate care level, as it says on saltwaterfish.com. And it comes from Fiji, which it's a beautiful fish. The one thing that needs to be considered with this one is it is a venomous fish, and what it does is it has a fang, and if the fish were to be getting eaten, it would actually bite the inside of the other fish's mouth while it's being eaten, and it basically wards off predators that way. So if you have kids running around and they're going to be possibly sticking fingers in the tank, maybe participating with feeding, this is a fish that you may want to avoid. I've tried keeping this fish in the past and didn't have very much success with it. It is a very shy eater. If it's in a tank with more aggressive fish, it's probably not going to do that well.
Next up, a big hot plate of number 9.
Coming in at number 9 is a file fish. Now this is a fish that I would consider a moderate fish. It's definitely peaceful, but it is something that is not considered reef safe. It's been known to nip at soft as well as SPS corals. The reason I would consider this fish a moderate care level fish is due to the fact that it needs multiple forms of food served many times throughout the day. For many hobbyists starting out in the hobby, this is really a fish that requires a lot of attention and really isn't realistic when you consider how many times it needs to be fed and how many different types of food it needs to have on the menu.
Coming in at number 8.
The number 8 fish on our list today is the 3-striped damsel. One of the benefits of this fish is it is extremely inexpensive, and that's what lures so many new hobbyists into buying this fish. I'm going to tell you flat out that this fish is the devil. You think everything's the devil, mama? And I'm not kidding. This fish is awful. And most often people will buy this fish, put it in the tank first, and that's actually the worst thing that you could do, because what's going to happen is this fish is going to develop territories and completely run your tank, even though it's a very small fish. So take this for what it's worth. This fish is definitely best to just stay at the pet store and don't even bother with it.
Coming in at number 7.
Coming in at number 7 is the starburst or fathead anthias. And this is a fish that I actually have on one of my wish lists. And the reason that being obviously because it's a stunning fish. It is a fish that requires a dimly lit tank and many hiding spaces, as well as probably the most demanding part of this fish is the multiple feedings daily. And this isn't something that's just a prerequisite for a fathead. This is pretty much for all anthias across the board. They need a lot of feeding throughout the day. They are very active fish. They're constantly swimming, and they feed mostly on plankton. When you take all these things into consideration, you really come to the realization that it isn't a good fish for a beginner.
Don't forget about number 6.
Who could forget about number 6? And on our list of fish that beginners should avoid is the copper band butterfly fish. It's considered a moderate care level fish. It's definitely peaceful, and the big thing that this fish is often used for is eating glass anemones or aptasia. A big consideration with this fish is it's not always considered reef savvy, and the reason being is it's not actually picking on the corals, but it's picking on things that are on the corals. This fish requires a large population of worms to feed on, as well as the anemones, and often will starve in a reef aquarium if it's not provided the proper care. The copper band butterfly fish requires a larger aquarium with plenty of live rock and hiding places.
Coming in at number 5.
Coming in at number 5 is the 6-line wrasse. I feel like I prematurely used the line that this fish is the devil because this fish is the devil. You think everything's the devil, mama? No joke, this fish is horrible. And for whatever reason, saltwaterfish.com has this fish marked down as peaceful. This fish is horrible. And I've already said that twice, so I mean that with all my heart. I never fell for the DAMSEL fish as a new hobbyist, but I definitely fell for the 6-line wrasse. And this fish was cool for about 6 months, and then once it developed its territories, he proceeded to beat the hell out of everybody in the tank. Back in my African cichlid days, it was a little more tolerable when you were dealing with $5, $6, $7 fish, but when you're talking about $50 fish getting the hell kicked out of them, that's a different story.
Coming in at number 4.
Coming in at number 4 is the longhorn cowfish. To be honest with you, I don't even know how this thing swims. But it is a fish nonetheless, and it's on our list, and it's coming in at number 4. And the reason why this fish is so hard to keep is it's a very timid fish that grows to a humongous size. This fish can grow upwards of 20 inches, and for most people, that's a little unrealistic to keep in a home aquarium. It's also recommended that if you are going to keep this fish, that you keep it in the largest aquarium that you can possibly afford and add it first to the aquarium so it doesn't get beat up by its tank mates.
Coming in at number 3.
Coming in at number 3 is the many-banded pipefish. This fish needs expert level care, and the reason being for is its feeding requirements. It needs to have a healthy dose of copepods daily, and it also is considered a non-reef safe fish. There's a common trend that you've seen throughout this list. Many of the fish that feed on copepods and worms and stuff like that are considered non-reef safe. Well, it's not that they're attacking corals, it's because they're eating the things that are on the corals. The pipefish grows to about 7 inches in length and needs to be introduced into a established aquarium.
Coming in at number 2.
Coming in at number 2 is the Mandarin dragonet, and these fish are probably some of the most stunning fish in the saltwater aquarium hobby. They're extremely peaceful fish, so you're going to want to make sure that they're in a tank that they're not going to be picked on by their tank mates, and they need a healthy population of copepods to thrive. One of the key factors to keeping a healthy copepod population is having a established aquarium and good aquarium husbandry. The term aquarium husbandry gets thrown around a lot, and the first time that you hear it, you might not understand it, but really all it is the act of performing maintenance on an aquarium. And to maintain a Mandarin dragonet, you need to have top-notch aquarium husbandry, as well as a strong population of copepods to have a Mandarin dragonet thrive.
And here we are, number 1.
And coming in at number 1 is the Achilles tang. Now this tang is absolutely probably one of the most gorgeous of all the tangs, and it's a fish that I have on my wish list. Like most tangs, it needs a very large tank, and most of the literature that I've seen on this fish, it requires extremely strong flow. And unlike most tangs where they're only typically aggressive towards other tangs in the same scientific name, this one will be aggressive to all tangs. And there's always going to be exceptions to the rule. I've seen plenty of videos with this tang in tanks with other tangs and doing fine. It's a pretty big gamble, especially when you consider the price point of an Achilles tang. But all that aside, a absolute beautiful fish. Alright guys, that's going to do it for our top 10 saltwater fish that beginners should avoid. And the idea of this list is not to discourage people from buying fish, but make sure you become educated and equipped to take care of these fish so they live a long, happy life. Alright guys, so the moment we all been waiting for, the winner of the Aquanite LED 30 watt nano reef tank light, here we go. I think I need a drum roll or something. And the winner is Pete. Pete, I will be sending you a direct message via Premium Aquatics, and you just won yourself a Aquanite LED light for your nano reef tank. And for those of you that have not won, there's nothing to fret about. This week we have an even better surprise for you.
So now for how to win the Ecotech Marine Vectra S1. There is a link in the description below containing a video that has a product review. of this product. I did for Premium Aquatics. If you want to be entered to win this, the Ecotech Marine S1, jump on that video. The link is in the description below. Watch the video. Make sure you subscribe to Premium Aquatics. Make sure you hit that like button, and make sure you leave a comment as to why you could benefit from having this on your reef tank. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit the thumbs up, and if you're new to Mad Hatter's Reef, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I will see you guys next time right here with a brand new video. I broke it, did it? I'm sorry.